The 7 processes of PRINCE2 have to be there. They are the life cycle and the management cycle of a PRINCE2 project. So we have to think about having the startup process, which is when you get commissioned by an executive or by the program management office, the portfolio office, or a customer who's asking you to look at whether a particular project would be feasible to produce a particular product or service or a type of change. The startup is that where your business case is first outlined, where you're looking at the project management organization, you're looking at lessons learned from the past which should be included in your assessment of the feasibility of this project. If you go through the startup phase and the board or the sponsoring executive decide that this should go forward as a project, you will have 2 things happen. You will go into the initiation stage, and concurrently you will be appointing the board who will be responsible for directing the project. So your project manager will be assisting in appointing the board, and the board will be providing guidance and direction to the project manager as he or she initiates the project. The initiation phase is where you are now defining your management system. You are creating a project initiation document, which is a living document, which makes the name a little bit interesting, because for me it's a project definition report. It's something that goes beyond initiation because it has to be a living document if there are managed changes going on in the project scope, time, duration, the way that you're going to manage the project. You have to keep this document current. But it is through the project initiation that you develop all of your management systems, and you refine your plan and your schedule and what are your management stages and your milestones and your boundaries, and at which point do you do that. So that's all happening in the initiation stage. You go into managing the project by stage, which means that you're controlling a stage as the project manager, and at the end of stages you're also managing the stage boundary, which is consolidating everything you do know from having been controlling the stage and putting it together into a report to go to the board to seek their approval of what has been done and their authorization to proceed into the next management stage. In the processes, there is a process called managing product delivery. That is not on the project manager. That is on a team leader or a team manager within a work stream. We can often confuse it and think that, well, managing product delivery is the project manager's role, but in PRINCE2, it is referring to the team manager's role. Of course, sometimes the project manager is the team manager as well, due to a specialization or resource shortage. But in general, it's to understand that the project manager is controlling the stage, and in the stage, the various team managers are delivering the products within their work stream. Having done that, you are looking at the closing stage or the closing process, and that can be in the penultimate stage or the final stage of the project, where you are bringing together all of the final delivery of the product, and at the same time treating it as coming to a stage boundary, which happens to be the closing of the project, or you actually have a closing stage. So you could be coming to the end of the last product stage and compiling all the information which can prove to the board that this project can close, and the board can then authorize you to go ahead with all of the closure activities, such as releasing resources, consolidating invoices, having the suppliers paid, making sure that the project product is handed over into business as usual, into the users, and then you have completed the 7 processes of PRINCE2.